In last lecture, we have started unit number 3, that is regarding public building, design and planning of a public building. Okay, so in that earlier we have discussed about the educational building, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss another types of public building, maybe in that hospital building, then after that hotel, then hostel, then post office and banks. Okay, so we will start with the hospital building. Okay, generally here, whatever hospital is there, it is a place where people are treated for various diseases and given advice for healthy living. Okay, here human health and environmental hygiene are the two vital prerequisites for the uh, growth of a strong and prosperous nation. Okay, while planning health building, factor of psychology of patients, lighting, ventilation, acoustics, that is nothing but the noise control, orientation, then thermal comfort, aesthetic, and color schemes, as well as circulation, then entry and exit traffic flow control plays a vital role. Okay, means while doing planning of a health building, then we have to consider these things. Okay, here generally, uh, before going to plan the hospital building, firstly we have to go for the site selection for a hospital, and generally we have to select a suitable site for hospital at a central place of the city, or we can say wherever heart is there of the city. At that place generally we have to select the site for hospital, where we can easily we will get the transportation facilities and all those things, as well as if it is away from the national highways, and then whatever noise will be there, it will be less. Okay, in such a way we have to go for the site selection for a hospital, as well as we have to uh, select a site for a hospital like uh, infectious diseases. If we are going to do the treatment on patients those are affected by infectious diseases such as TB. Okay, then in that case, whatever site is there for such hospitals, we have to select away from the city. Okay, uh, that is the thing. uh, and here, whatever size is there, size is required, means plot area is required. It depends upon the various factors, means what kind of hospital you are going to construct. Maybe in that primary healthcare center is there, clinic is there, or then after that super specialty hospital is there. Okay, here according to that considerations we have to go for the selection of the site for a hospital. Then next thing is there in that planning. Okay, in a planning, uh, whatever units are there in a hospital basically divides into main three parts or three units. In that, first one is the OPD, outpatient door department, sorry, outpatient department, IPD, inpatient department, and third one is the emergency, or we can say casualty units. Okay, So we will discuss about the OPD, IPD, and emergency firstly, and then after that we will come back to next remaining points. Okay, here whatever OPD is there, OPD is nothing but the outpatient department, and in that provides the facility for consultation, investigation, diagnosis, and treatment for patients. Okay, means those patients are not serious, only they require consultation and prescriptions. Okay, so for them we have to design a OPD, outpatient department, and in that we have to consist waiting hall, then after that consulting room, emergency section, office, store, and sanitary units. Okay, means here in a OPD, we have to go for the planning of a waiting hall. Means number of patients are approaching towards the uh, doctor at a time. Okay, in a day. So for waiting purpose, we have to provide one waiting hall. Then after that, consulting room, that is nothing but the doctor's room. Okay, then emergency section, if urgency is there, or in case of any emergency, or that emergency section should be there. Then after that, office means whatever billing section is there, uh, or whatever we are saying that uh, numbering and all those things of the patients. Okay, or noting the names. For that purpose we can use the office, as well as the in a store. Suppose different things related to the uh, healthcare centers, we have to store in a storeroom. Means in that maybe syringe, saline, then after that scissor and all those things. Okay, but it depends what kind of material we are going to store. It depends upon what type of treatment we are going to do, or we are going to provide in that particular section. And next thing is there, that is nothing but the sanitary units. Okay, here for outpatient department. Okay, here whatever sanitary units or blocks are required as per the below. Here whatever water closets are there. Okay, for male, one for every 100 persons or part of the thereof. Okay, means uh, for 100 persons we have to provide one water closet, and for females two water closets we have to provide uh, for every 100 persons. Okay, then ablution taps, one for each water closet, and for female, uh, here also one for each water closet. Means whatever taps are required in a water closets and all those things are nothing but the ablution taps, and those taps we have to provide in water closets. Okay, then urinals. Okay, for males one for every 50 persons or part thereof. Means uh, if number of peoples are more coming towards the that particular department, suppose 100 persons are coming on a daily basis. Okay, just we are taking an example. So two urinals we have to provide there. Okay, for females urinals are not required. Okay, they use already we have provided two water closets for every 100 persons. Okay, so then wash basins, one for every 100 persons or part thereof, we have to provide it. And drinking water fountain. Okay, uh, one drinking water fountain we have to provide per 500 persons or part thereof. Okay, in this way we have to go for the sanitary and water fittings for hospital in outpatient department. Okay, then next thing is there, IPD, inpatient department. um, In IPD consists of all facilities required for treatment of patients admitted into wards. Okay, here whatever wards are there. Okay, we have to go for the provision of wards. And there are different types of wards are there, maybe special wards, general wards, luxurious wards, duplex wards. Okay, in that way, uh, we have to go for the planning of wards. And whatever number of uh, patients are accommodating in wards depends upon the locality or approach of the patients towards that particular type of uh, hospital. Okay, depends, all those things depends on it, so we have to take due care. Generally, whenever deciding the size of ward, we have to consider minimum 8 to 10 square meter area per bed. Okay, and according to that we have to go for the multiplication whenever we are considering the general ward. Okay, and in those wards, uh, whatever noise level is there, it should not be more than 40 decibel to 45 decibel during daytime, and 35 decibel to 40 decibel at a night time. Okay, and in wards, whatever circulation area is there, it should be in between 25% to 40% of the floor area. Okay, uh, means whatever range is provided there, it depends upon the ward layout, means what kind of layout we are going to provide. According to that, that circulation space we have to left. Okay, and in some cases, uh, we have to provide sitting arrangement for staff also in wards. Okay, uh, means those staff will take due care of all the patients. Okay, in that way we have to go for the planning of wards. In IPD includes wards, radiology department, psychiatric department, then operation theater, pathology department, then accident and emergency department, ICU is nothing but the intensive care unit. Okay, and then postmortem uh, room or department. Okay, so these are the things required in IPD. Generally, whenever we are going to plan the primary healthcare center or whatever super specialty hospitals are there, in those types of hospital, we have to go for the provision of these things. Okay, in a IPD section. uh, in a radiology department, generally uh, we go for the uh, taking x-rays and all those things to uh, decide the what kind of disease is there, or if we are considering uh, orthopedic hospital is there, then here is the crack to the bone and all those things. To get the clear idea about that, we have to go for the radiology department. Okay, in that we have to go for the provision of x-ray room, then after that dark room, store room for films. Okay, then deep therapy room. uh, Also, uh, we have to provide the waiting hall. Okay, and one room for radiologist. So these are the units comes under the radiology department. Those these things should be there. Okay, then if any patient uh, is on his or her mentally disturbed. Okay, then to make sure about its psychology, or to provide some kind of treatment on his or her mind, Okay, means his or her psychology, psychiatric department should be there. Okay, uh, then operation theater, then pathology. In operation theater, various kind of operations are doing. Okay, then pathology. Here in pathology, generally. Uh, consist laboratory, small office, and toilet block also. Okay, in this laboratory, tests are carried out for examining urine and blood, etc. Okay, it should have sufficient space for storage of test solutions, equipments, and slides, etc. The location of this department is very near to the administrative block. Laboratory space should not be less than 18 square meter and must have door with a lock with a glazed observation panel. So these are the some requirements of a pathology department. And then next thing is there, that is nothing but the accident and emergency department and ICU. Okay, intensive care center means those patients are serious and those wants oxygen and what we are saying that they are what we are calling. Then whatever sanitary and water fittings for hospitals in inpatient indoor patient department. Okay, as per the below here, uh, first thing is regarding water closet. Okay, for male and females, one for every 8 beds or parts thereof. Okay, if we are considering the IPD section, and in that we are considering the general ward. Okay, uh, related to the general wards, here we are discussing about the water closet. We have to provide one water closet for every 8 beds. Okay, then ablution taps, here one for each water closet. Then after that, wash basins, 2 up to 30 beds, and add one for every additional 30 beds or part thereof, means in multiplication of 30 beds. Okay, here we have to go for the provision of the wash basins. First 30 beds we have to provide 2 wash basins, and if 90 beds are there, then we have to provide 3 beds. Okay, sorry, 3 wash basins. By considering that, we have to go for the provision. Then bathroom, here one bath with shower for every 8 beds or part thereof, means every 8 beds we have to provide one bathroom. And then bedpan washing sink, uh, one for each ward. Okay, we have to provide the bedpan washing sink. Then cleaner sink, one for each ward. And then kitchen sink and dishwasher, one for each ward. Okay, if we have provided the kitchen facilities to particular that ward, then we have to go for the provision of kitchen sinks and dishwashers. Okay, so these are the some requirements related to the sanitary and water fittings for hospitals. Okay, then here next point is there. um, Already we have discussed about the wards, operating theaters, operation theaters, then radiology department, pathology department. Okay, also we have to go for the planning about staff quarters. Okay, maybe staff quarters for doctors, or maybe for other staff. Okay, it depends. uh, Generally 60 to 90 meter square area is required for doctor staff corridor, and for other staff corridors we have to go for the provision of 40 meter square to 60 meter square floor area. Okay, According to that, we have to go for the planning of staff quarters. Then sanitary units. Already we have discussed about the sanitary units separately for uh, OPD section and IPD section. Okay. Uh, if some clinics and all those things are there, then uh, to that particular clinic, one the water closet is sufficient. Okay, because of size of the clinic is too much less, and in clinics generally we have to uh, provide various components, maybe such as the entrance gate, then after that waiting room, then after that doctor's room, then checkup room. Okay, and then after that sanitary unit. Okay, so these are the things should be there, or these components should be uh, there in a clinic. Okay, then also we have to consider about the principles of planning for a hospital. Here, while planning the hospital, we have to take due care about aspect, privacy, roominess, grouping, circulation, sanitation, and elegance. Aspect is nothing but provision of the doors and windows to the external walls. Okay, so to each and every room will get the natural benefit, maybe breeze, then air circulation, or hygienic life and daylighting also. Okay, then after that second thing is there, that is privacy. Generally in IPD section we have to more concentrate on privacy. uh, we have to uh, go for the uh, provision of orientation of bed. Okay, by considering the privacy in wards as well as in ICU, and if possible in ICU, uh, per bed we have to provide the curtains to getting the or to achieve the maximum privacy. Okay, then after that luminance means whatever length to width ratio is there of that ward, or maybe whatever special rooms are there, or different rooms are there. Okay, it's a luminance ratio we have to maintain it. So uh, as, due to that, it's better effect will be there on the mindset of the patients. Okay, as well as we have to go for the color combination, means light and dark colors in a hospital, because of patients will get more feeling of the spacious one. Okay, or they will feel more space. Okay, for that purpose we have to uh, consider the luminance, as well as we have to consider the height, uh, uh, headroom. Okay, generally in a hospital we have to provide at least 3.6 meter headroom. Okay, that is nothing but the whatever floor to floor height is there, we are trying to provide as a 4 meter or 4.1 meter also sometimes. Okay, uh, not every time it is considered as a 4 meter or 4.5 meter also. Okay, sometimes we will go for 3.8 meter also, but minimum headroom we have to maintain, that is 3.6 meter. Then after that also we have to concentrate on grouping. Okay, means whatever storerooms are there, or whatever wards are there, or near to the wards we have to provide the staff room. Okay, as well as whatever ICU care center is there, near to that ICU center we have to provide the uh, we are discussing about the grouping. Okay, so whatever staircase is there, that staircase should be easily accessible to all the units of the uh, hospital, as well as it should be nearer to the ICU care center. Then whatever lift is there, that lift is also should be near to the ICU care center. uh, so in that way we have to go for the grouping. And then whatever circulation is there, we have to provide the circulation in a proper manner in all the units. Maybe whatever corridors are there, or whatever lobbies are there, or maybe whatever wards are there, in that we have to provide sufficient amount of circulation space, means wider uh, corridors we have to provide. Then after that, here in wards, already we have discussed about 25% to 40% of its floor area. We have to provide the space for circulation. Then next thing is there, that is nothing but the sanitation. About the sanitation, already we have discussed for IPD and OPD. Okay, by considering the number of patients and number of beds. Okay, not the patients. And the next thing is there, that is nothing but the elegance. Elegance is nothing but the outer uh, view or external view of the uh, hospital building. Okay, it should be good. Okay, uh, so this was about the uh, planning of a hospital. Then some typical plans are shown here. Okay, here generally if we are going to consider the primary healthcare center, then in that required entrance and waiting space. Then after that, doctor's room, its size is a 3 meter by 3.6 meter. Then examination room 3 meter by 4 meter. Operation theater 4 meter by 5.5 meter. Then circulation space as per the requirement. Then whatever wards are there. Okay, uh, uh, per bed we have to provide 8 to 10 square meter area. Then for office area, floor area should not be less than 12 square meter. Then whatever laboratories are there, for laboratories we have to provide 15 square meter area. Then also we have to go for the provision of parking space, and then residence. Okay, and here whatever staff quarters, or if we are going to provide the residence to the doctors and servants, maybe here for doctors, 60 to 90 square meter area we have to provide per head, and for servants 40 to 60 square meter area, floor area we have to provide per head. Okay, so these are the some requirements. Okay, here you can see planning of a primary healthcare center. This is the entrance. Then here waiting room is there. Here medical store, toilet block is provided, and here number of doctors rooms are there. Office block is here. Okay, uh, then here they have provided some landscaping, means that space is provided for greenery or decoration purpose. Here general ward is provided, and here ladies ward. Okay, then after that, here nursing room, nursing station, staircase is provided, and in that staircase we can go for the provision of lift also. And then here what if required special rooms for the patients, then here special rooms are provided near to the operation theater. Okay, and some toilet blocks also. Generally in special rooms we have to go for the attaching the toilets. Okay, that is the thing we have to consider it. This is one kind of a typical plan. Then another typical plan is here. You can see a typical layout plan of a hospital building. This is the entrance. Okay, At entrance we have planned here office, then nurse rooms, store, toilet, and veranda, or we can say corridor, and here waiting room, consultation, examination room, dispensary, and here toilet. Okay, then this is the operation theater unit, and then here wards. Okay, clinic lab, x-ray lab, toilet, special room, uh, special rooms are there, then here doctors rooms are there, toilet, and here laundry and kitchen. So in that way also you can go for the planning of a hospital building. Here, what shape you are going to plan for a building, it depends on you, and what type of locality is there, as well as size of the plot. Okay, by considering these things you have to go for the planning of a hospital. Generally, whatever office, then consultation room, waiting room, storerooms are there, or should be nearer to the entrance. Okay, and another thing is there here, that is nothing but the whatever operation theater is there or whatever ICU care center is there, those things should be nearer to the staircase. Okay, and lifts. So uh, these things we have to consider it. After 1 minute.